for another day in Linda's resin room. I have this little mold. I think it's an alligator. I think that's what it looks like. I've not used it, but I thought we would make it. I've already mixed up 3 ounces of resin. You can see all my bubbles in there because I'm a vigorous stirrer. But I thought we would paint this mold. I have this Let's Resin mica powder olive green, and then I'm going to put some of this T Expert epoxy pigment paste in my resin for black, but I'm going to paint the mold with this olive green first. I just opened this, so I've not really used this color, but I thought it would look good for an alligator. And there's some little tiny areas down in there. And then when my grandbabies come, they are always, "Granny, we want to look through your stuff." So they find them some little things to decorate the room. I think they'll like this little alligator. I love my grandbabies. There's nothing like a grandbaby. I'm supposed to get to see them next weekend, I hope. I want to take them to the rodeo. I just went to the rodeo with some family not long ago, a week ago, last weekend I think it was. I had a good time. I had never been before, but I think my boys will absolutely love it. They're 5 and 7. Now the older one, I can see him doing the riding the sheep. The younger one, no, he won't do it. He'd be too afraid to get hurt. The older one, he's a little daredevil. He'll do anything, I believe. You really have to keep your eye on that little sucker. Okay, I like these little squishy molds. I wonder if I can make a squishy out of this mold. It would be easy to get it out, I think, other than maybe down in that little head area. I might have to try it. I'll have to clean it up really well after I use these mica powder though, and resin. Down in that little knee joint there. I think painting molds makes pieces look so pretty. And it's so easy to do. Get down it. And the mica powder will help to pop bubbles. I might should have used a lower viscosity, which this one's not too bad, especially where it's so warm in here. I think it'll get down in all those little areas fairly well. I hope. Down in this little knee joint. Now his tail. Almost. Make sure you don't forget the sides. You don't want his bottom half to be black. I mean, you might, but I don't. Not for this. Okay, now I'm going to miss the spot right there. Let's get him. Okay. Now let's try to get some of this dust out. I'm just going to shake it. There we go. Those toes painted up very well. Just don't want to miss that area. Alright. I think I've got it maybe. Might need some more down in this little joint here. Okay, I think he's good. Now, as resin sets, you can see all those bubbles came to the top. You can always use a little torch and get rid of those if you like, but you can still use, so yeah, still got quite a few little tiny micro bubbles in there, but the paste helps take care of that. Alright, I put 2 little squirts down in there. Let's see. Yeah, that's plenty. It doesn't really take much of this black pigment paste to make a good solid black. And it mixes up very well. Sure I've got it mixed. Now I may have some of this black left. Let's see if we can get it to go down in that head. Okay, now with the head there's 2 little areas. There's his bottom jaw and his top jaw. So I just want to make sure to squish that. See those bubbles pop out? And go slow to let the resin run back down in there. And we'll do the same thing for his top jaw. Because I want to make sure that top jaw's not so bad. Well, I guess this is the bottom since I've got him turned upside down. It's kind of level, so I believe he'll be okay. Another thing I want to do, try to not mess up my mica, but there's a lot of little areas down in there, and I'm just going to poke around a little bit and try to get them right down in those areas, especially down that spine. Because I don't want missing pieces. That's why a good thin resin would be good for this. But the mica powder helps too. Okay, come on. I guess I probably should make sure I've got down in his knee joints. And they should, because they're kind of straight down. Yeah, I don't see any air bubbles coming out of them. Him here, and hopefully he's level. Just gonna fill him up. Get those little toes. Let that kind of level out on its own, and it will usually get those little tiny areas by pouring down in them. You can see his little tail back here. Gonna need some more. Try and just let that, if you can see it, run off the stick to get down in that little tail. Okay, now it seems like the front might just be a little bit higher than the rest. I'm just gonna see if I can put a popsicle stick up there, and if that'll kind of level it out. I might have to put one under him. Make sure it's not too much. Oh, he didn't take much resin at all. I've got enough to do something else. How much? Well, I only used an ounce of... I mixed up 3, a half ounce. I had to have mixed up more. There's no way. Maybe I forgot how much I mixed up. Bad for that too. Alright, now I am not going to take a heat gun to that because that's a small mold. I'm just going to take some 99% isopropyl alcohol and just give him a little spritz. That'll pop the bubbles. Alright guys, I'm going to have a little overflow there if I don't get that off. Which it's easy to pick off once it's done, but I'd rather do it now if I can. Alright guys, I think that's it. We will see you back for the demold of this. See you in a bit. Hey guys, so I decided to take the rest of that black from the alligator and put it in this little tray, and I thought we would do this tray also. So I'm just going to let this cure, and then we might paint up some eyeballs, maybe put a temporary tattoo or something on here, and finish him off. So we'll let him cure, and then we will come back, demold him, and finish the tray. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Hey guys, I think the alligator is cured enough that we can demold. So let's see if we can get him out of here without me tearing a leg or a tail or something off. I think he's gonna, I like these little squishy molds. They work really well. They're so easy to get off. They really bend. Let's get that head out of there. Guess I probably should do that arm first. Got a little overflow there. I need to pick off. Okay. Come on, little alligator. Isn't he cute? Oh my gosh. My boys are gonna love him. Take a little scalpel. Try not to cut myself. And then I can, it's not good to cut toward, right? But I do. This one's so dull. I've got a sharper one over there. And I've got some blades I can change out. Okay. Did I get it? Alright guys, look at him. He's got his little mouth open. Isn't he cute? Alright, I'll see you back when I mix up some resin to work on our little fella here. From a previous pour, I used a little pink that I had left and filled his eyeballs in. I'm going to paint around white. Maybe we can put a couple temporary tattoos or something on here, and then we'll figure out a color to fill it in. I'll mix up some resin and I will be right back. Alright guys, so I got 6 ounces of resin mixed up. I've not put it in the debubbler because I thought I would add this Green Dragon Art Tree Creations mica powder. I love this color. It's one of my favorite for my top coat. I'm going to use my Diagi Eye Candy White to paint around his eyes. But let's get this temporary tattoo on first. I just cut around it because it had some numbers, and those numbers will transfer also. And this is just a flower that I thought would look, if it'll fit. Let me, what's the problem? Nothing wants to fit in this center here. Alright, let's see if this will fit. Yeah, I think we can get him right there. Okay. Just a regular temporary tattoo. Got my paper towel. Gonna put some water on here. temporary tattoos are very simple to apply. You can apply it to the mold, or you can wait until the piece is completely cured and then apply it. The thing with temporary tattoos is they do remain sticky, so I will be able to put a clear coat of resin over this on the other side after this cures, and we'll show you how to do all that too. Let me find me a brush that I can get down in there to those eyeballs fairly simple. I've got a lot of brushes. See, some need cleaned. I see the dust flying. I'm looking for a certain shape, if I can find it. Why is it every time you want a certain one you can't find it, and then when you don't want it, it's right there on the top? And I can't find it. Well, guess we're going with this one. Just going to use this little flat brush here. See if we can paint him some little eyes here. I'll have to clean up around it, of course. I don't know how this green will cause his eyes to show up, but we'll see. Okay, I think I got that one good. Now, making sure to get the sides. And like I said, if you get it on top of any of that cured resin, it's not going to show through. But I do want to make sure I've got it around the top parts where that is. Okay, now let me blow this out. Let's get a baby wipe. Tight around your finger, and then I'm just going to go around this and get all that off that I blow everywhere. I've got some little microfiber cloths that won't scratch my mold. And I can still see some light on there. Right along the bottom. Okay. I think that's okay. Put those up. So our tattoo's ready to come off. All it does is just slide right off. The paper does when it's done. And I'm just going to pat this dry just a little bit here because I don't want any excess water when I'm going to be putting resin down in there. There's a hair. Oh, got him. Okay, move that stuff out of the way so I don't spill it. Now let's get some of this color. I'm going to do a good size spoon down in there, and let's see how this mixes. This is such a pretty color. I think it'll look really pretty behind the green of the flowers. Just get it down in there where there's no loose powder, and then I can stir like a mad woman. I think I'm gonna have to get on their website. Sorry guys, I didn't mean to bump that. And order me a bunch of this color just because I like it so much. This is my favorite. Yeah, isn't that pretty? I just think that's gorgeous. Stir the sides, make sure I've got that mica all down in there. I don't want no loose clumps. See, it doesn't take much of this color. It's so highly pigmented, and it is just absolutely beautiful. The only other thing I'm going to do to this, which might be a mistake, because you guys know me. Where is it? Where is it? Not that one. I know it's here somewhere. Here it is. I'm going to put just a touch of this Unicorn Art Crushed Crystal mica. It's not like a mica, it's more like a glitter. And I'm just going to do that much. Little tiny bit. Because I think some little diamond looking through this will be really pretty. And that's what it does. It just gives it a little sparkle. Mix it up very well. And it's not going to all sink like regular mica powder does either. Make sure I've got it mixed up in there good. I want it to go throughout all of this. Okay, now look at that. Can you see that sparkle? Isn't that pretty? Okay. Let's get it down in those eyeballs. I hope 6 ounces is enough. I want it to fill my eyeballs up before I put any more in, just so I know I'm not going to have any bubbles there. And then I'll have to go around the sides to make sure there's no bubbles there too. Did I get his eyeballs? Okay. As you can see, very easy to get bubbles up under there. So I'm just going to take the stick, since it is flat, and just try to get those bubbles to come out. I can still see a couple little ones down in there. I'm just trying to work them out. There's one over here in the corner, and I'm not sure. Is that a bubble? Is that the mold? I see some bubbles down in there. How'd that one? For some reason I can't get that one. pulled it up away from the black, and the black was sealed, and that's why it's got that bubble down in there. That's what I think. Let's see. Can he hold more? Did I overflow him already? Up there at the top? I had to have dripped that. Maybe not. Maybe I pushed it too fast. Okay. I don't want to take my torch because all the bubbles are around the edges and I'll burn this. I do not want to. So, the backside won't hurt. Spritz a little 99 or 91% isopropyl alcohol. It'll take care of your bubbles. Alright guys, I will see you all back when it is time to demold this little sucker. Alright, see you in a bit. Hey guys, so I think this tray is ready to be demolded. It's probably still a little soft around the edges, I'm sure. What worries me is when you flip this over, I can't see the temporary tattoo. So I'm wondering if my color is too dark and I won't be able to see it. I think it'll still be a pretty tray anyways. But, wow. Anybody know how to get this thing started? Oh, it says on it 7.7 fluid ounces. Huh. I guess that's how much it holds. If I knew that beforehand. I've just put my fingernails down in there. I'm going to have to take some heat to it and level that back out. Wow. How in the world do you get this thing demolded? There. Got him started. Huh, it leveled back out. It's alright. Alright. Let's see if we can get this out of here. And that's such a pretty color. Almost. Alright guys. That is from Let's Resin. Tells you up there you get 2 of these. I do have a link that you can click on for their site. And I just did my nails today and they're already peeling off. Alright, let's see what he looks like. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's not even sticky. You can't see the temporary tattoo. It's still pretty. Alright guys. Well, I'll see you back for the next video. Hey guys, so what I thought I would do, since I can't see the temporary tattoo, is I have these stickers. And I found one that I think will fit and will look really cute on this piece. So I'm just going to put this little sticker right here. And then I'll probably cover this with just a little bit of clear resin. I may and I may not. I don't know. But anyways, I'm going to leave him like that. That way, at least he's got a little something to him. Alright guys, I'll see you back for the next video.